Welcome to Signal Solutions TV. I'm Mark Rose, and this is my colleague Adam Butler.
Hello, everyone.
And today we're going to do a little bit of an introduction into the business and what we do, how we do it, where we do it, and why we do it.
Yes, exactly. A little backstory.
A little backstory about Signal Solutions.
Yeah. So, look, I mean, Signal Solutions, the name, it does what it says on the tin, but I think for people watching, might be interesting to know, how did it all come about, Mark?
Well, so for years and years, I know I don't look that old, but I've been in the telecoms world, the telecoms industry for about 20 odd years now.
Wow, gosh, you must have been...
I was, knee high to a grasshopper, as
yes,
they say.
Yes, a very young man.
A very young man.
Yes.
Started early. And so I ran a telecoms reseller business, and one of the things we sold to businesses was mobile phone contracts.
Yes.
And because of that, people would say...
I know this, of course, because I was a customer.
You were a customer,
Yes, that's how we met.
For many years,
yeah. You were flogging me, my mobile phone contracts and VoIP telephone systems.
Exactly.
And fantastic service it was as well.
And you were a brilliant customer.
Yes,
and now you were.
And now here we are, yes, yeah. A little known fact for people. Anyway, I interrupted you. Carry on.
So other than Adam, we had lots of other customers as well, and they may be with they would all be with one of the major UK mobile networks, but they might not all or always have really good mobile signal in the building that they worked in. So people would say to us, you supply our mobile phones, but can you actually improve the mobile signal? And up until 2018, it wasn't legal to boost mobile signal or repeat mobile signal into a building.
No.
But Ofcom intervened. Ofcom are the governing body behind lots of things, including the mobile networks. And they said, well, it's unfair for the consumer not to be able to have mobile signal that they're paying for on their SIM card in a building.
Yes, especially when there is potentially a solution available.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And at the time, there were lots of websites that were selling repeaters or boosters, but they were causing lots of interference with the mobile network. So they basically... the long and short of it, draining too much power from the local cell site to this tiny little booster. And it could have been, me or you in our residential property that's actually taking a lot of the power away from a big cell site that's covering an area with thousands of people.
Yes.
So you can see why the mobile operators didn't want repeaters to be a thing. But Ofcom was saying, well, actually, if you could produce a repeater that didn't cause those interference problems and solve that problem, then we would allow it. So they brought out a thing called license exemption.
Yes.
Which meant if you don't cause interference through your booster and it meets all these requirements, which are very strict, and there's very strict rules and regulations still around it, you can repeat mobile signal into a building.
Yes.
And what that means is you can put an antenna on the outside of the building, point it to a local cell site, and boost that signal or bring that signal into a booster and then distribute that around your building.
Yes.
So
within that story is an important point, I think, for our listeners and viewers, which is it's not necessarily illegal to buy a unit, but it might be illegal to install it and turn it on. Might be illegal to turn it on to start boosting if it isn't license exempt. So if you want to know what technology is license exempt, either let us know or go on the Ofcom website and look out, because you just need to be careful because there are fines if you use the wrong kit. Exactly. Yeah. So anyway, aside from there, so Ofcom have told us that you can now do this around 2018.
Yeah, so we did some investigation, and we found a manufacturer called Nextivity, who were an American company, and their equipment was the only equipment at that time that that met the Ofcom requirements. So we partnered with them through my old telecoms business, and in 2020, back in the good old days of the pandemic, whilst we had a lot of stuff going on in the telecoms world, we also started to get inquiries from local councils for care homes and things like that where they didn't have mobile signal. So we realised actually there was a great need and a growing need for improving mobile signal in buildings.
Yes.
We decided to actually create Signal Solutions. So my old business was called Boost 365, and that was a telecoms business. We started doing the signal boosting through that business, and then separated the two to focus to have a complete focus on signal boosting, and we then subsequently, easy for me to say, sold the telecoms business and focused fully on signal solutions. And now me, you, and all our colleagues now successfully run and enjoy running.
Saving the world from poor mobile signalling buildings.
Exactly.
Yes, yeah. So that's a bit of the background. I think maybe, look, whilst there is a solution for any customer, and we're very happy to help and advise regardless of the inquiry type or location, drop us a line. We'll give you the details at the end of this episode broadcast. Typically, who are we helping to solve the problem for? Who are typical customers these days?
Typical customers are businesses generally, so we won't skirt around it. It's not a cheap solution. It's not a few £100 to fix the problem. You're talking tens of thousands of pounds really to install a solution that we provide. So you're looking at big corporate offices, hotels, supermarkets, big retail, as I like to call it. So multi-site retailers, people with hotels is a good example. You've got people that come into your venue for an experience, and they, the last thing you want them to do is leave with a bad taste in their mouth.
Yes.
So you want to make sure that they're well looked after while they're there, but also that they can have all their basic needs. And in this day and age, we know certainly from our children, being connected is one of the key things. A mobile signal is one of the easiest ways to keep people connected when they're in the building.
Yes.
But there's many reasons why mobile signal is important. But your general customer is likely to be a business one way or another.
Yeah, business or organisation. We've done lots of work with public sector, so we've got some experience within health and security, police, that kind of thing. Plenty of case studies on the website if people want to go and have a look. Typical size of an installation these days, in terms of either square foot or square meterage. What does that? Probably very different from the early days.
Yeah, I mean, when we first started out, we were potentially very small buildings, but the types of customers that we now work with, our average install, really, the size of that building would be about 5,000 square meters, or roughly, if you equate that to about 50,000 square feet.
Yes.
But we do much smaller, we do much larger. I think our largest installation is probably well over 20,000 square meters. So we've done both ends of the spectrum, because we've probably also done a very small. I think one of the installations we've done was a single room in a hospital, because they specifically needed mobile signal in that room.
Yes.
So we can cater for any needs, but our average size is about 5,000 square meters.
Yes, and that's to my mind, one of the really great things about the Nextivity kit is that there's a solution available for any size of installation. We're we're certified self-fi installation partners, and anyone that wants any help or advice on what we would recommend, just drop us a line. As I say, we'll put the details at the end. So that's where we are, and it's great to have us on. It's great to be part of the team. I'm very much enjoying it here. What's next? What's coming down the track for Signal Solutions and the signal boosting world in general?
So we are currently we're very keen to work with. I touched on it a minute ago. Big retail. There's a growing need for mobile signal in every building, and the signal problem is getting worse because of the technology in mobile signal improving. Weirdly, it causes the signal to struggle to get into buildings. But supermarkets, for us, we see it as a key area for growing our business, but also ultimately helping supermarket chains, retail chains, where they've got loads of sites, loads of customers who are getting frustrated because they can't use their devices in store. And that is for using apps. If you think, a lot of the big retailers now are forcing you down the route of, I say that in the nicest possible way.
Yes, encouraging you down the route.
Not forcing, sorry. Yes, you're right. To use their loyalty apps.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
So we all used to have your rewards cards, all those sorts of things. A lot of that's now being driven to an app, which is great because you have everything on your phone. You don't have thousands of cards in your pocket. But a lot of those are reliant on a data connection. Well, they're all reliant on a data connection. So you get to the checkout, you've got some vouchers on your phone. You want to then be able to show the retailer that you can get 10 quid off, 5 quid off, whatever it might be off your shopping, but you can't use that because you can't use your phone.
No.
Not only that, whilst you're trying to get some form of data on your phone or some kind of connection on your phone, you are being held up, or you're holding up the rest of the queue in that shop, so you're causing friction to other customers as well.
Yes. So it's about, I think, what we provide is in-building mobile signal connectivity, but actually it's like, what do you want? Are you buying drills or are you buying holes in walls? The hole in the wall is the end product. The drill is just the thing that does it. And actually what we're providing people is better customer experience, better colleague experience, making the world a more connected place. And It's important not just from a customer experience point of view, but health and safety, cybersecurity, customer experience, customer journey. There's lots of different reasons and lots of content on our website to showcase all of that, including these episodes, but also in our blog posts, which I'd encourage people to look around. And then just in sort of coming towards wrapping up and closing up this little introduction section for Signal Solutions and Signal Solutions TV, just talk us through some of the key personalities in our team. So who makes up the sort of the board discussions around the table at Signal Solutions these days?
Well, me and you, for starters.
Yes.
So I'm one of the co-founders of Signal Solutions, and my business partner, John Baker, started the business back in 2020. Adam joined the business a couple of years ago and is one of the directors of the business.
Yeah.
And then on the finance side of things, we've got Michelle Lennon.
Yes.
She's a key part and very important.
Making sure that we're all
financially secure and
exactly
paid the right people and being paid and all that sort of stuff. And then we've got our engineering team headed up by Simon Bailey and Stuart.
Yes.
So they're a key part of our team, sort of project managing everything that's happening and making sure all the projects are ongoing and working well. Yes. And then we've got a team of people out there doing the actual installation work.
Exactly.
And not forgetting, and she will be very upset if I forget this because she'll be the one putting this all making this work.
That's why you've saved this important person till the end. Yes.
We've got Isabel, who does a very, very, very good job putting all our marketing together, making sure our website's up to date and has lots of great content. Go to our website and see what she's done. Yes,
the quality of the content. Obviously, we're sucking up now because we know that Isabel will really tell us off if we don't. But the truth is, the quality content that you'll be seeing is all a result of Isabel's hard work and planning. So I think having run businesses before and been involved in businesses previously, I think we've got a really good team. And I was chatting with someone earlier today about the difference of Signal Solutions, and I think it's the passion we've got for the industry and the difference that we make to people beyond just in building mobile signal. It's actually about delivering a change for people, customers, colleagues, and the wider public.
Exactly.
But also the team we've got. We're very friendly. We're very approachable. Yes, we know the technicalities of what we do, but more importantly, we understand the humans behind the business, and that's what we love. That's what drives certainly me forward, and I'm pretty sure we're all the same.
Exactly, and it's going to sound a bit cheesy and silly to say, but we get a real buzz out of seeing people improve their mobile signal.
Yeah.
Like, I've been in buildings where we've turned the system on.
Yeah.
And as soon as we turn that system on, people's phones start buzzing.
Yes.
People are walking around on their phone. Some people don't even realise that suddenly their phone's working when it wasn't before.
No, that's right.
But it's a great feeling to see that happening, and it's something that we've actually done to improve, and we're keen to do that more and more.
And everyone in that building is now better connected than they were before. If there's an important phone call coming through from a family member or a client, they can receive it, text messages, everything they need is connected. And in this world that we now live in, connectivity is so important. There's times where we need to turn our mobile phones off. I think that's really important, but you choose that. Yeah. And when your mobile phone is on, you want to be able to use it to its maximum, and that's what together we enable.
The connected world that we live in.
That's right, as has been famously said a few times. Great stuff. So if people want to get in touch, Mark, how can they do that?
Visit our website, signalsolutions.co.uk. There's loads of great content on there, as we discussed. Isabel has been doing a great job with her and the team putting the marketing side of things together. Or you can contact us at info@signalsolutions.co.uk. Give us a call on 0203 823 7365, Or if you're following us on social media or wherever you're watching this, just comment in the below. I'm always going to say that people say that all the time, and we'll get in contact with you.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. So really enjoyed that chat today. Hopefully that's been valuable for our viewers and our listeners. Yeah, no, great. And we'll be back soon, I'm sure, with lots more content. There's loads of content on the channel, loads of content on the website. Please, if you need anything from us, have any questions or want us to cover a subject, let us know. And we'll be back very soon with more information from Signal Solutions TV. I'll leave it to you, Mark, to say goodbye.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks for coming and thanks for watching.